Have you ever watched a Battlefield 5 tier list video and thought to yourself, this isn't the correct ranking at all? Well, I'm here to fix that. I present to you the correct and most accurate assault guns tier list. Let's go. I've set up a ranking system between S and F tier, with S being for the best guns and F being for the worst. We're going to start with the M1941 Carbine, which is going into the D tier. It shoots 450 rounds per minute and has relatively low recoil. It starts with 16 bullets per mag, but you can upgrade it to 31. It's a 4-shot kill up to 50 meters, then it becomes a 5-shot, and after 100 meters it takes 6 shots to kill. I rank this gun pretty low because its time to kill in close quarters is not very fast and is pretty much useless past 100 meters. I recommend using it between 30 and 60 meters for maximum effectiveness. Upgrading the hipfire is not a bad idea on the M1A1 because it can help you in close quarters. For specializations, I opt out of the extended mag in order to put light in stock and get increased speed while aiming down sight. This is one of the most powerful specs in the game because it makes it much harder for the enemy to hit you. Next, we're going to look at the Beretta, which I put in B tier. This is one of the most unique Battlefield 5 weapons because this is the only burst weapon in the game. It shoots 635 rounds per minute in burst mode with decent recoil. It's a 4-shot kill up to 50 meters and a 5-shot kill forever after. The Beretta is essentially just a better M1A1. I say this because the correct way to use it is in single fire mode, like a semi-auto rifle. You can turn the burst mode into single fire and the gun becomes so much better. It does more damage at range, has more bullets per mag while having light in stock, and has less vertical recoil than the M1A1. For specializations, I of course went with the light in stock and light bolt, which decreases the time between bursts. Our first S tier weapon is going to be the Gewehr 1.5. It shoots 350 rounds per minute with 31 bullets per mag. The recoil is pretty manageable, but not quite as low as the Beretta or M1A1. It's a 3-shot kill up to 30 meters, 4-shot up to 50 meters, 5-shot until 100, and 6 after that. This gun's extreme power comes from its high magazine size while being able to have light in stock. It also has a pretty quick reload speed. Though it doesn't have the fastest time to kill, light in stock makes it harder for you to get shot, and the 31 bullet mag and fast reload means you can send a lot of bullets towards the enemies. This gun showcases its prowess when dealing with larger groups of bunched up enemies, as you saw in the opening clip of this video. For specializations, I go light in stock and try to improve its recoil and accuracy as well. Next up is the Gewehr 43. Though I've heard many people say this gun is very good, in reality, the correct ranking is F tier. It shoots 300 rounds per minute and has high recoil. It's a 3-shot kill up to 100 meters and a 4-shot after that. I rank this so low because of its slower rate of fire, higher recoil, and reloading situation. The Gewehr 43 can either have detachable magazines or can be loaded with clips. The clip style loading is painfully slow, which means you can equip light in stock. The detachable mag reloading is much faster, but not having light in stock on a gun with a slow rate of fire means that medium range gunfights will be pretty tough. This gun only excels at long range because of its 3-shot potential up to 100 meters. I go with the detachable magazines because otherwise the reload is just too painful. Moving on to another decently good weapon, we got the M1 Garand. Based on the specs you pick, this gun could either be like that Turner SMLE or the Gewehr 43. I picked the Turner route because God knows we don't need another Gewehr 43. If you pick the Turner path, it shoots 350 rounds per minute with low recoil. It's a 3-shot up to 50 meters, 4-shot between 50 and 100, and 5-shot after. The only reason this gun isn't an A or S tier is because it only carries 8 bullets per mag. For its specializations, I obviously go light in stock and equip an underbarrel grenade launcher because more explosions is always correct. Next, we have the MAS 44, which I'll put at C tier. It shoots 350 rounds per minute with pretty low recoil. It's a 3-shot up to 50 meters, 4-shot between 50 and 100, and 5-shot after. Unfortunately, it suffers from the same reloading situation as the Gewehr 43. However, I rank it 2 tiers higher because it has a faster rate of fire and much lower recoil. But why you would use this gun over the Turner or M1 Garand, which both have light in stock and a fast reload, is quite unclear to me. Like the Gewehr 43, for specs, I run the detachable mags. Now we are going to look at the AGM-42, which is a D tier weapon. It has low recoil and shoots 450 rounds per minute, which is the fastest rate of fire of all the semi-autos. It's a 4-shot kill up to 100 meters and a 5-shot kill after. While this gun may initially sound like an A or B tier, Its low magazine size makes it a D tier. The Beretta has twice as many bullets per mag, and the M1A1 can have 3 times as many, depending on the specializations you choose. The best aspect of this gun is that it has detachable mags with light and stock, but again, the low mag size means you can kill only at most 2 people before having to reload. The ideal distance to use this gun is between 40 and 75 meters, where you can make use of its long 4-shot range. You should try to hit as many headshots as possible to most efficiently use the small mag. For the specializations, as I just mentioned, I run detachable mags and light and stock. Our first A tier is going to be the M2 carbine. It has the highest rate of fire in the entire assault class, with 830 rounds per minute. This rate of fire is balanced by its low damage. It's a 5-shot kill up to 10 meters, a 6-shot to 40 meters, a 7-shot to 75 meters, and an 8-shot after that. The M2 also has a strange but low recoil, with it mostly kicking up and to the right. Because the horizontal recoil mostly kicks in one direction, it is much easier to control and makes this gun a laser beam at times. The manageable recoil makes getting headshots much more viable, which helps with the poor damage of the gun. This weapon is extremely valuable at getting people off of nasty head glitches. And you want to use it at close to medium range so that the extreme damage drop-off isn't a factor in your gunfights. I run light and stock and opt for the accuracy specs because you don't really need hipfire specializations on assault rifles since you aren't using them in extreme close quarters. Next, we're going to look at the Selbstlader 1916 and put it in the C tier. This gun has the slowest rate of fire in the assault class at 225 rounds per minute before the rate of fire upgrade. It has high recoil and follows a similar damage model to the Gewehr 43. It is a 3-shot up to 100 meters and a 4-shot after. The saving grace of this gun is the 26-bullet magazine with a quick reload speed. This means you can just spray and pray with this gun, and most of the time, it works. Though, because of the low rate of fire, this gun really struggles in close quarters. On top of that, the specializations make you choose between an improved rate of fire and light and stock. I chose the rate of fire upgrade because it desperately needs it, but one can argue that light and stock is also viable. As I just discussed, I go with the faster rate of fire and opt out of a bipod because it's basically useless on a semi-auto. Now we're going to talk about the Karabin, which is an F tier. This gun is basically a carbon copy of the Gewehr 43. It shoots at 300 rounds per minute with slightly less recoil. Its damage model is exactly the same as the Gewehr 43, with 3 shots to kill up to 100 meters and 4 shots after. The main difference between this gun and the Gewehr 43 is that the Karabin does not have detachable mags. This automatically makes it worse than the Gewehr 43, and I'm not sure why anyone would use it instead. It's at its best between 50 and 100 meters, where it could utilize the far 3-shot range without being destroyed by a faster firing weapon. For specializations, I naturally go the light and stock route with reduced vertical recoil. One of my personal favorite weapons is the Ribeyrolles, which I put at A tier. The Ribeyrolles shoots 540 rounds per minute with essentially no recoil. It's a 4-shot up to 10 meters, 5-shot to 30, 6-shot to 50, and 7-shot after. While this may come as a surprise that I rank this in A tier, there's good reason. If you pop a 3-time scope on this puppy, it's basically a laser beam. It is a perfect medium-range weapon that's hard to miss with. It's so easy to headshots, and you will drop your enemies so quick they think you're cheating. I go with the improved accuracy path and add light and stock for my specializations. The next weapon we're going to discuss is the M1907, which goes into the B tier. It has an incredible rate of fire of 770 rounds per minute, with pretty high recoil. It's a 4-shot up to 10 meters, 5-shot to 30, 6-shot to 50, and 7-shot after, the same as the Ribeyrolles. The M1907 can be extremely difficult to use in larger game modes like Conquest and Breakthrough. This is because its small magazine size of 21 bullets, coupled with its severe horizontal recoil, makes it hard to engage lots of enemies at once. This also limits its effectiveness to short-medium range. However, if this gun is in the proper range and you are fighting at most 2 enemies, it is an absolute monster. It has a very fast time to kill, and when you hit your shots, it's very apparent. For specializations, I take improved accuracy and recoil because it definitely needs it, and I tack on line stock as always. We are now going to look at the worst weapon in the assault class, the M1941 Johnson. It has a slow rate of fire of 260 rounds per minute. It's a 3-shot kill up to 100 meters and a 4-shot after, like the other 2 F-tier weapons. There is absolutely no reason you should pick the Johnson over any other weapon in the assault class. It has a slower rate of fire than the Gewehr 43 and doesn't even have detachable mags. And the Gewehr 43 is already an F tier. As illustrated by this clip, you better get used to pulling out your secondary weapon because it's going to be necessary when using this gun. I mean, go figure they call this the Johnson because you really have to enjoy being by the enemy to use this gun. I run improved accuracy and light stock for the specializations, but who even cares when it comes to the Johnson? Moving on to perhaps the most overrated gun in the game, the STG-44, which goes in the C tier. The STG shoots 600 rounds per minute with very meh recoil. It follows the same damage model as the M1907 and Ribeyrolles with a 4-shot up to 10 meters, 5-shot to 30, 6-shot to 50, and 7-shot after. I hear so many people claiming that the STG should be an A or S tier, it's actually crazy. The STG is supposed to be a jack-of-all-trades gun that fills the gap between the Ribeyrolles and the Sturmgewehr. However, its main issue is that it's just worse than the Ribe and the Sturm. It doesn't have the incredible accuracy that the Ribe does, and it doesn't have the fast time to kill of the Sturm. I would only recommend using this weapon to a new player who hasn't quite mastered the recoil of the Sturm and isn't accurate enough to use the Ribe. I opt to go the light and stock route, as usual, and go for the improved accuracy instead of the decreased recoil. Next, we are going to look at another personal favorite of mine, the Turner SMLE. This gun shoots 360 rounds per minute with decently high recoil. It is a 3-shot kill up to 50 meters, a 4-shot between 50 and 100, and a 5-shot after 100 meters. This gun is great because of its fast time to kill, light and stock, and the fact that it can load a total of 20 bullets. While these 20 bullets are loaded as clips, making the reload speed pretty slow, 20 bullets means that you can engage large groups of enemies without a worry. You can also decide to switch the 20 bullets for a detachable mag of 11 bullets, which may be better in smaller game modes like Domination. For my specializations, I usually pick the 20 bullet extended mag. Last, but certainly not least, we have the best assault weapon in the game, the Sturmgewehr 1.5. The Sturm shoots 670 rounds per minute with very manageable recoil. It follows the same damage model as the 1907, STG, and the Ribeyrolles. The Sturm basically has no weakness. It has a high rate of fire, fast time to kill, and decent recoil and accuracy, and ample magazine size. This gun can kill in close quarters, medium range, and can even extend to further ranges. You will often find the sweatiest player in the lobby using a Sturm, and it is arguably the best and most adaptable weapon in the entire game. Per usual, I go with light and stock and improved accuracy specs. Well, that concludes the objectively correct and most accurate Battlefield 5 assault weapons tier list. If you disagreed with any of my rankings and rationale, you are simply wrong, but feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I better not catch you using the Johnson. Adios!